Hi everyone, I'm Lloyd. I'm a biologist at Swansea University, and specifically I'm a biologist that looks at animal movement and animal behaviour. And what that means is in the lab I work for, at least, we put small tags, small trackers like this one, onto a variety of animals, and we see where they go, what they do, and how they behave when we can't see them. So it's a bit like putting a Fitbit on an animal, except much more complex, and we get so much more data back from them. So this lets us build up a big picture of how animals live when we can't see them and how they move, so we can much better protect them, and it can feed into lots of conservation strategies across the world. So I specialise in marine animals, so I put these tags onto animals such as fish and sharks, turtles and crabs, to see the variety of behaviours that they show. And I'm very, very lucky in my work because in the last few years, for example, I've been able to go to Saudi Arabia, to Australia, to the Maldives, to Spain, and other places to study these animals and get really close as well. So specifically, I study for a PhD. So doing a PhD is kind of like the last stage you could possibly do of being a student if you take it that far, except with the added benefit of getting paid. So with a PhD, you do lots of your own research, and then at the end you present it in a big stack, big thesis to be examined by someone, and it's basically a way of proving that you're good enough to go out on your own to do your own research. So the way I got started, the way I came about to where I am now, I didn't always want to do what I'm doing now, but whilst I was doing my biology A level, I decided that was the A level I enjoyed the most and the one I wanted to take forward for the time being. So I did a biology degree at the University of Exeter, where I got to study all sorts of biology, so like genetics, human biology, cell biology, and conservation and animal behaviour as well. So after taking a year out to think a bit more about what I wanted to do, I went back to university, but I went to Swansea University to do a master's. So a master's degree, you start to specialise a little bit more, and so I decided I wanted to do things on marine biology and fish behaviour as well. So after that year doing my master's, I took another year out to work as a science presenter for a little while, and then came back to start studying for my PhD. As I said, you get paid at the same time. So as well as being able to travel as I have and work with animals I have, I'm really lucky in the variety of people and variety of opportunities I get day to day in what I do. So in just the lab I'm in, so just the people I work with every day, there are people who work on birds, work on lions and penguins and elephants and all sorts. So I'm lucky enough to get involved in their projects now and again. I get to learn about what they're doing, and we get to talk a lot about each other's work. And then wider than that, I get to get involved in other biologists' projects. I work a lot with engineers, because engineers, for example, will build our tags because we need ways of getting tags onto animals. I work with computer scientists who will program the software, the very cool software we use to visualize all this animal data, and the electrical scientists that build our tags as well. And all these people we get to work with day to day. Some of them come out to the field with us, but it's always an opportunity to keep learning going forward. And once I'm finished with my PhD, I expect to carry on doing further research, whether that's in Swansea or other places. I'm very lucky with biology because the field you can pretty much go anywhere in the world. So I'm looking forward to seeing where I go next.